Welcome back to Incredibly Uncensored.
Yeah!
I am Johnny B. Good, joined by
Mikey B.
and X.
I tried so hard to just hold that in.
I was gonna
I
see.
did
I'm like,
too.
I'm writing this out, baby. I should have just looked right at the camera with wide eyes.
If you didn't listen to last week's episode, we have a propensity to have X just sit here with dead air as we stare at him
I was gonna wait it out.
maliciously. I was going to wait it out.
I tried.
You did. You tried. And then I gave up.
Yep.
So, all right.
This is a. I was gonna say it's a management skill.
It's a sales skill too.
Just let them.
Yep.
Just let them talk.
Mm-hmm.
Last person to talk always loses.
It's for sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You don't ever want to be the last person to talk. Oh, like that's fucking hard for you. What the fuck ever. Well, we're back, boys.
Yeah,
So we got through our first episode of 2025 and we are back for our next episode, episode 43. So welcome to the show. If you're a new listener, Discord channel's cranking. I'm excited about that.
Welcome, welcome.
Who's number 43 on the lines?
I have no idea.
What?
Man, that's a solid question. I don't know.
No clue.
My first guess would be Jalen Reeves-Maben,
Okay.
but I don't know.
That's perfect. Well, the beauty of where we are right now, it's the doldrums of January. It is the most miserable time of the year. We're past the happy fun parts,
Mhm.
or in my case, the busy parts, and now we're just in January.
Yep.
Ugh.
January. Is it worse than February? February's pretty.
I like February because it's short.
It is short.
It's short. In and out like a robbery, man. I dig
Why'd they
February.
do that?
No, 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 because they're dumb.
Like, how weird is it? Why is this just 1 month with like?
There should be 13 months with 28 days apiece.
Yeah.
Very simple. Lunar
Like,
calendar, man.
Yeah.
Dang those.
Here we go. This will be good.
Yeah, it's gonna
Never
be great.
mind.
You should have just let that
I was
ride
gonna
out.
say celestial bodies, but you know.
Okay.
Who is the Anunnaki?
Was the Anunnaki. Whoever this Gregor is from the Gregorian calendar can suck a fat dick because I am not a fan. Because I like symmetry. So I have massive OCD issues. I have most of them under control. But do you know how clean it would be if we had a 13-month year, 28 days in a month, 7 days in a week?
Mhm.
Dunzo.
Mhm.
Absolute fucking dunzo. My God, would that just not be fucking stellar?
Yeah.
You know
I
what,
mean, I don't.
you know what leap years do to his psyche?
It's not good. It's not good.
Do you even recognize day
No.
29?
No.
It's just
13.
Because you should recognize the quarter every year.
It's just March
13's
0.
not 13's not a great.
Yeah, wouldn't having a 13th month be weird?
No,
It's an odd number.
but it's prime. I like it.
Oh, it's true.
I like it. It's a good number. It's composed of two prime numbers and is a prime number. It's fucking beautiful. It's amazing. 13's great.
Great. Well, I'm sold.
It's not sold. All right.
That's
write
why
it
you-
up.
That's
Write
why
it
you
up.
do what you do.
We're going to send it to Elon. Get that shit instituted immediately. Get on X right now.
Yep.
Not this X,
Yeah.
the social media platform. X.
Awkward. Were Mayans 13 months?
What?
Mayans.
I
Was
don't
their
know.
calendar?
No,
I
I'm
don't
trying
know.
to.
the Chinese weren't they? On their Chinese calendar? They had all the animals with a
Yeah, because it's
dragon.
based on the lunar calendar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I read actually I watched the video.
And why wouldn't you rely on the celestial bodies to bring that point back up? See, I didn't want to
Yeah.
start off the episode with a fucking rant, but this shit really chaps my ass because make it simple.
Yeah.
Every Monday, right, could be the 2nd, and then the 9th, and then the 16th,
Mhm.
and then the 23rd, and then it's always the same.
Dang that flippin' sun at the center of the universe. Solar system, I guess.
So if it was like that, what was? I wonder what the
Shut up.
I wonder what the purpose of making it difficult was.
the sun.
Because of Gregor. It's Gregor's fault.
It's because of the sun.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Now you got me upset about Groundhog Day. Is this year a leap year? No,
No.
it was last year, wasn't it? Was it 2024?
No.
Not that it really matters. Whatever. Who fucking cares?
I think
It's an even month.
Is it? I thought it
No,
was
an even
even
year.
year.
I mean. So it's probably 26 then.
I thought
If it wasn't
27,
24.
so maybe, yeah.
So 22, then 26. That fucking leap day, though, there ain't nothing right that happens on that day.
What about people that were born on that day?
They don't exist.
Are they like reptilians?
Yeah, they're like gingers. It's all fucking weird and wrong. Yeah, it's not great. I don't think they're reptilian. I just think it's not right.
Oh, man.
It's like a glitch in the Matrix. It's
Yeah.
just, there's nothing natural about February 29th.
But if there was 13 months and 28 days in a month, February 29th, the day itself would still be in there. It would just be labeled different, right?
No. 4 weeks in a month, 7 days in a week, 7 times 4, 28 days in a month.
Damn.
There he goes. For those of you that aren't watching, and it wouldn't help you anyway, because X refuses to have a camera on him, he just pushed his microphone away. So he's so done with us.
We should.
I like asking questions like that.
You guys have any theories on how old you actually are?
Are we talking about?
Well,
based
welcome to
on-
another 2-hour episode of fucking idiotic ramblings.
I've legit had these conversations with people like, well, no, you're birth. Like,
Are we counting time like in the birth
I don't even know, man.
In the
canal?
womb?
Yeah, in the house here.
Well,
No, because you start counting from the. I don't know. I don't know.
So I would have to call my mom and dad and be like, so Dad, what day did the nutting occur? Because I want to make sure I got my age right.
Hey, make sure you record that conversation because I want to hear it.
Wow.
I want to hear. Because my son.
The worst part about that is my dad's been watching the podcast on YouTube.
If my son
I
called,
can't believe I just said that.
if my son
Dad,
called me with that
I'm
shit,
sorry. Please don't ever tell me that. I'm looking directly into the camera. I'm looking in your eyes. Don't ever reference this podcast.
Mr. Good, please text him the answer randomly.
if you're
Don't
watching
no
and
pretext,
listening,
no pretext, just a date.
and you
A
don't
whole
have
day.
anything going on, feel free. You can have my seat one night.
I am so looking forward to this
think
fucking
the listeners
screenshot.
would enjoy that.
Oh my God. Holy fuck. What is the matter with me? Okay. Well, there I've gone pushing it over the edge
Sorry.
in minute 10, right off the rip.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
And there's our.
You're the one that brought up our actual ages. So I got curious and then my lizard brain took over and I just kept talking.
And there's my 2 cents about my age.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add to the conversation that you started?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Moving on.
Good. Because I don't know what the topic was anymore.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
Oh,
My mind hurts right now.
That's so great.
My brain's broken. All right. So
Do you have a portable recorder?
I mean, this is portable.
Oh, that wouldn't look very good at a craps table.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the casino has no problems with us rolling in with recording equipment.
Yeah, no way.
As long as you're spending money and it's not on the table, they don't care.
I mean, I do have a Bluetooth microphone for this thing, so that would help.
Did you get that body strap?
I have one.
Have you used it yet?
This camera.
You should take it to the game. That's what I was gonna ask. I wasn't saying you should take it to the game.
Okay.
All right. I'm back.
He's rubbing his eyes now.
I'm gonna have to hit my vape pen like 5 more times this episode just to make it through. Okay, so we're a few weeks into January. Does anybody feel like they're back in the groove yet? Does it feel good to just at least you're back in the office in theory, or just getting back to some level of normalcy? Because for me, December it was a fucking madhouse. It was just fucking insane. From like basically the day after Thanksgiving until New Year's, it was just like, what the fuck, man?
By the time I went on holiday break for work, I was so like fucking overwhelmed. like the end of the year,
Right.
just shit. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, routine is good for me.
Yeah,
I
me
like-
too. Having the kids back in school,
Yep.
getting back in the office,
Yep.
back in the groove. It feels nice.
Yeah, I can kind of get back to what I do, get the kids off to school.
Yep.
Take all my shit, get off to work, and just kind of like get your day going again.
Yep. How about you, X? Because you had some time off for the holidays. So a couple weeks into January, you feeling like things are back to normal somewhat?
Meh.
Meh. Okay.
I think it's been jacked since COVID.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where there's just no like normal state.
yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, I don't miss going to the office
Yeah.
every day, but
things
it's
feel
still weird.
Things feel like just a different level of hectic. It just feels like and I don't want to have a long drawn out conversation here, but there feels like there's been a societal shift.
Yeah.
Where there's just more busyness. I don't know. It's hard to quantify. That's not the right way to put it, but it feels like we're like outside of what normal was like 2019 and prior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's additional stress, I don't know what it is. Like I said, it's hard to put my finger on. It just feels like that way to me.
Are we intentionally more busy?
Maybe because we're scared they're going to lock us down again.
I mean, I don't know. It's just
Bird flu 2025.
yeah. I mean, it's just a theory, because I mean that is a rumor going around, and
Yeah.
now there's a new fucking variant with some girl somewhere, and it's like what are we gonna get to again? Like,
Yeah.
are we really gonna do all this again? Are they?
I think that if they try, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that makes everybody so divisive
Well,
too.
I watched that fucking documentary called "Thank You, Dr. Fauci."
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
Is
I
that-
mean, he's very transparent, about where he gets all of his information. This guy himself that did the documentary talked to Fauci a lot, has a lot of emails and stuff with him talking about different things. And if you haven't seen it, I really recommend it because there's a lot of really good information in there about from all the information that we know now, 5 years post COVID, and that's kind of what I've been saying since the start. Like, we're not really going to know anything until 5 years from now.
Oh, for sure.
The vaccines have rolled out. People have taken them. There's a lot of information out. You get a lot of different doctors that have a lot of different opinions.
Sure.
And you can kind of pick and choose what you want to believe, but it was a really good, informative documentary, regardless of what side you're on. It was
Sure.
a lot of factual information. which I
Well,
thought-
that's what a documentary should be.
that's it.
Yep.
And I thought it was really good.
leave the decision of the outcome to the viewer.
And that's what I like the most about it is that's exactly what it did. He was like, again, very transparent and was like, I'm not saying anything one way or the other.
Right.
This is the information that I have and this is where I got it from,
I like it.
which was perfect.
I like it. X, anything to add? Don't fall asleep. Drink your coffee.
I'm listening. I'm thinking. My coffee's gone.
No, of course.
No, I was gonna say I prefer a documentarian who tells you their bias.
So that it's transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only because I don't think there's such thing as an unbiased documentary.
But I mean, I understand what you're saying. And to be fair, his bias is kind
Or
of
where they like
kind
maybe
of
at the
somewhat
end, like maybe
insinuated.
where they land.
Yeah, it's kind of insinuated because of the direction of his questioning, the things that he talks to Anthony Fauci about, and the questions that he asks about the origin of the disease and
Mhm.
a lot of information that he found out from other people, and he wants to know if it's true. That it's called "Thank You, Dr. Fauci" because that's how he would end all of his emails. Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Nice.
At the end, and Fauci says that he replies to all of his emails, and all the emails that this guy sent, he eventually did reply.
That's awesome.
Whether it was really the answer that he wanted or
Sure.
as descriptive as he wanted, is up for debate. But he really did respond to him. So
I'll have to watch it. It's on the server.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll check it out.
yep, it's on there.
All right. Reddit story time, boys.
Oh, is this another Star Wars fucking story?
After that glowing endorsement from last week, I will not be bringing up any additional sci-fi.
Hey, sci-fi.
Nope, I'm not
Sci-fi's
doing.
good. What about, like, the Terminator?
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, you bring up Jar Jar and you're opening your own can of worms.
Listen,
We
you
can bring up
fuck.
Skynet.
No, shut the fuck up. Listen, If I can't bring up the most
Oh,
beloved,
he's so triggered already. We're gonna
the
talk
most
about
beloved science fiction on the planet,
sugar
then you're
and
not
food
getting any
next.
science fiction. I am done with you fuckers.
It's either Star Wars or nothing.
Corn syrup.
What was that necessary?
It felt good.
You are such a cock. You fucking dick. I'm glad I picked this story.
I got him off topic. Oh Lord. He just audibled
Thanks to the subreddit teenagers for this one.
Oh,
And this is a classic that goes back many years. Everybody that said buying condoms was no big deal and nobody would say anything, well, that was a fucking lie. I pull up at Walgreens and I walk over to the aisle with condoms. I go, well, shit, I guess I need some deodorant too. So I pick some up and then grab a box of condoms. I get to the checkout line. I'm standing there and this one old lady is like, excuse me, son, mind me asking how old you are? And I'm like, I'm 16. Then she purses her lips and makes this judging ass face and says, aren't you a little young to be using those? At this point, the other 5 people in the line are all looking at me. So I got angry and just started acting snarky. Oh, my bad, lady. I'ma just hit it raw and hope she doesn't get knocked up.
oh my God. Middle of Kroger.
No, Walgreens.
Oh, Walgreens.
She felt offended, so she shut up pretty quick. And then when I get to the front of the line, the fucking cashier scans the box, smiles, and says, first time with these?
Oh my God.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why would he ask that? Whatever. I just said, no, second, actually. Even though it was actually my first. Ugh. Anyways, I hate people. I just want to buy some condoms in peace. Damn.
How uncomfortable would that be?
I mean, kudos for the 16-year-old for being like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to be a fucking dad. I'm going to go buy some condoms. That shit should be applauded.
I never understood that
Yeah.
judge. Like
No stigma.
if I was a cashier, I would fucking just swipe that shit and throw it right down the thing. Like, we don't even have to talk about it, man. You just
Rock and roll, dude.
you just do your thing. Get out of here.
I'm still uncomfortable buying boxes of condoms.
Are you?
Yeah.
Not me.
My-
I'll buy them
I have a good story.
just for the sake of buying them. And then because I want to have the interaction, I'll go through a real cashier, not you scan.
That's what we should do. We should go into it and then all 3 of us buy a box of condoms, but just go to the same cashier.
No. And they have to
No.
get progressively bigger.
Oh,
So let-
We'll let X get the Magnum XXL.
let's be clear. I am a cheapskate. There are some things you do not cheap out.
But I'm total.
With
he's-
5 fucking kids. With 5 kids. You cheap fuck.
That was on purpose. And that's not cheap, let me tell you.
That's why he has 5 kids. He's so uncomfortable buying condoms.
No, yeah, no.
We were stopping at 4. Oh, honey, it's so cold out. I
One
don't want to
more
go
time.
outside.
Yeah,
It's
one
nervous.
more.
So, Walgreens, wherever it is, if I'm at the store, I'm spending the time and energy. I'm getting the biggest box they sell. I mean, that's
Yeah, of course.
just Consumers Reports. I mean,
Yeah.
you buy in bulk and you save.
Be efficient.
Yeah.
Be efficient.
Oh.
I don't hate that at all.
Well, if I'm also there and I'm thirsty, I'm going to have beverages to check out with as well. So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I probably got some sort of beer or something or another with my giant box condoms.
Beer, condoms, warming gel, all the essentials for
No,
a
but
really
there could have
good
been
night
there could have
at
been a
home.
snack or something else
Yeah.
in there, and
A single lone cucumber.
I get up to the register.
That's why it's
and
got
there's
the big condom.
there's 1 or 2 other people, at 1 for sure, maybe 2. There's one other person, and we like meet the register at the same time. So it's that now it's the Midwest
Yeah.
kindness, like, oh, go ahead, no, you go ahead, and
I insist.
the other person, the other guy says, he looks at me and he goes, nah, go ahead, man. Looks like you have a much better or a much more fun night planned or something, something along those lines. And I'm like,
He's low-key just checking out your cart.
Yeah.
Look at this
I-
fucking
No,
degenerate
I didn't
with
even have
beer
a
and
cart.
condoms.
No, I didn't have a cart. I mean, this is
Oh, you were
Walgreens,
just
right?
raw
Yeah,
dogging
just-
it just in your-
Oh man.
So he's like, no, go ahead, man. It's all you.
This young man doesn't have time to waste. He doesn't even have a cart.
It looks like you got things to do.
That's awesome.
That's so funny.
That is awesome.
But no, it's usually the 75-year-old lady up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Quit hitting the fucking microphone.
I moved it.
I hate you so much. Please stop.
And those gonna squeak.
Please stop. You can literally hear his blood boiling through his voice.
Like-
Please.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
He likes it.
I have full body shivers from
he
my
likes
head to
it.
my toes right
Really?
now. That's fucking terrible, and not in the good way. Not like
Is it-
somebody's nibbling on my earlobe.
No, like
is
you're
it-
rubbing a terracotta pot.
Oh,
or chewing some, I don't know, weird textured gum, because that's a thing.
you know, when I find out your weird quirk besides being autistic, I swear to God, I'm gonna highlight the
There's-
fuck out of that.
There's
too.
a lot of them.
It's a lot of them. All right. This one is very similar to last week's game of Never Have I Ever, but it's two truths and a lie.
Okay.
Two truths and
This
a
is
lie.
like, this will be fun. But for reference, the last time I played this, and the only time this ever gets brought up, is by HR. So I'm a little jaded.
By HR.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let's have a meeting, or we're in a meeting. Let's play a game.
It's like
HR wants to play a game.
So it's like team building.
I don't know what it is. It's
It's something Chat GPT told them to do.
No, this
Yeah,
was
yeah.
pre-chat GPT.
All
I
right.
just
Who
yeah.
wants to start?
I'm not
Two-
going to start.
Two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie.
Is there a pause button you can push on the recording and put some Jeopardy music in while we? You already have this done.
Well, I have mine.
Man, two truths.
Two truths and a lie. All right. It depends on how elaborate I want to get with these. Okay, so here's my three. Number one, I went skydiving on my 18th birthday.
Okay.
When are
Number-
we supposed to?
We got to listen to all
gotta listen
three
to all
of them.
Okay, okay.
I went skydiving on my 18th birthday. When I was 15, I did a bungee jump at the Arkansas State Fair.
When you were 15,
When I was 15.
the Arkansas State Fair. That's believable because you've been fucking everywhere.
Yeah, you know me. I love my carnies. So
Yeah.
I traveled fucking 17 states to go visit a carnival
Yeah,
in
what-
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Was that
Wouldn't
invented?
surprise me. You probably had a fucking show goat or something. Who knows?
Show goat.
Was bungee jumping invented yet?
What?
You've done a lot of things in your
A
lifetime.
show goat.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm a lot of things, but a farmer of animals I am not.
You didn't have to be a farmer. You could have just been the shower. Just, you
I
were,
wouldn't even know how to care
you're
for
a
a
good.
goat.
You don't have
Closet-
to. You're
closet-
Do I have
just-
to feed it a leak?
No, it's just a
Closet
it's
4-H
a
over here.
presentation.
Closet 4-H, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and my third one, I have ridden the, what's it called? The rip cord at Cedar Point at least 10 times. So, number one,
Why are all of these extreme as fuck?
well, I wanted to keep it all categorized.
Okay, all right.
I was trying to just stick
So-
within,
The first one is true.
okay?
The second one is oddly specific with the age, which in location, which is weird.
Yeah,
And the
especially at
third,
that
and the third
Arkansas
one we
State
had
Fair.
a little bit of, what's it called?
Yeah,
At Cedar
right.
Point.
Well, I was going to call it the Rip Ride Rocket, but I knew that
Yeah.
wasn't it. It's the Rip Cord.
I've only had a Cedar Point season pass for a decade. I can't remember what it's called.
Just pick one, you fucks.
We're trying. I'm with you. I think 1 and man. I think 1 and 3.
If 2 is true, then please tell us about your Arkansas family, because this is going to be good.
If 2 is true, I got to know why you were there. But I don't think 2 is.
So what are we going with? What's the consensus, boys?
Ripcord 10 times though?
Minimum of 10 times.
A minimum of 10 times?
Which one is the ripcord?
I think that's the one, like the bungee jumping one, where they'll tie you to the thing. They put you in the harness.
You
and
lay
then
down flat,
yep,
and then they pull you back.
Yep, and then you
swing like a pendulum.
Oh,
look.
that's one you got to pay for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see now my
I know,
opinion changes because
You got to pay for it.
how many times?
I wondered if
How
you guys
many
were gonna get
times?
there.
No.
Minimum of 10.
Minimum
Oh,
of 10.
there's no
Yeah,
way.
There's no
he
way.
spent the money on that.
$20 a pop. He's not riding it by himself.
I
So
mean, it doesn't matter what it costs. He didn't.
No, I know.
He didn't spend it 10 times.
no.
Translation: John's cheap as fuck. All right,
Well,
so which one is
He'll
it?
pay whatever it costs to get in the park.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Damn.
question there.
And then what was the second one? You did what at the bungee
I
jumping?
went bungee jumping at the age of 15 at the Arkansas State Fair.
Where the fuck do you bungee jump? Like a ripcord thing there too? Because we're like,
Pig intestines? I don't know.
was there some
Arkansas State.
is there some
Just a
great?
bunch of newspaper rubber bands all bound together.
Is there like the Great Canyon at the Arkansas State Fair that you can bungee jump in, or is
It was
just
not a permanent structure.
No, okay, so it was like a ripcord type thing. Fuck, it's got to be 1 and 2 then. Now that you brought up the money,
Yeah. So 3's a lie.
yep, I think 3's a lie.
3 is a partial lie. I have ridden the ripcord
Wait, no.
5
Okay,
times. So
so
you guys,
it was a lie.
You guys are correct. It
Okay.
was a lie.
Yeah,
I have ridden the ripcord 5 times. I have not done 10 times.
5 times.
Yeah,
huh?
I everybody I went with bought my pass because
Wants it.
they wanted somebody to go with. I'm like, I'll go, but I'm not paying. I think I paid 1 time.
So how did you end up at the Arkansas State Fair?
So my grandparents, when I was 12 years old on my mom's side,
Mm.
moved just outside of Bentonville, Arkansas,
Mm.
which is where the Walmart World headquarters are. Fun fact, due to health, the changing seasons, they were really tough on their health.
Sure.
And so they moved down to Arkansas, and they were down there for 10 or so years. And I would go down every summer.
Right on.
Yep. I'd go down every summer before I started working and go down there and stay with them. And that's one thing I did.
So
I got my grandpa to sign off on it when grandma was off doing something else. He signed the little waiver thing. They
Yeah.
took me up. It was like a giant scissor lift is what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Giant scissor lift. They got the little cantilever platform. Bop, bop, bop. Blue. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
So is the Arkansas State Fair different than any other fair? Is it a pretty big event?
I mean, it's a state fair. So, I mean, it was big.
yeah, right.
just
But I mean,
ton of
it's
shit.
yeah. It's just a fair.
I mean, at
fair,
15
though.
years old, I wasn't really paying attention to much.
Yeah, that's true.
I was kind of just like, whatever.
Yeah,
I was a kid, kids are narcissists. So
Mm.
we live in our own little world. And
For
it's
sure.
like, whatever.
Mhm.
A lot of wife beaters.
Mhm. A lot of wife beaters.
A lot of wife beaters.
Yeah.
At that time, it was like the big
Bla-
baggy basketball shorts. Think
Yeah.
Allen Iverson era.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
A lot of slides, shit like that. It's what it was, man. Living the dream in Arkansas. All right. Ax, you want to go next?
I'm still struggling with the lie.
No, just make something up. It's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. It doesn't even have to be true.
All right, Mikey B, what do you got?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's still trying to think of the truth.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of truths.
You can do 2 lies and a truth. We'll try to pick which one's true.
2 lies and a truth.
All right.
Go ahead. If you're ready, go ahead.
I can move this thing a few more times and make it squeak.
Lots of editing
no.
this
Okay.
episode.
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So let's go with I never drank until after I was 21.
Okay.
I've been in the ditch 7 times.
Like in a vehicle or personally?
Like like in a vehicle.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify, like,
I'm standing in a ditch.
or like, you got out of your car and then fell in the ditch.
And in high school, I had at least 3 teachers' passwords.
2's a lie.
2 is a lie.
Yep. It's got to be 2.
I agree.
Yeah, 2's a lie.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not 7 times.
It's got to be more.
No, it's
It's got to be more.
No.
Nah.
I put the first time I put a car in the ditch, the road was so crowned when my brother came to pull me out. He parked his truck on the road and he got out of it and it literally started sliding sideways towards the ditch.
Jesus.
I mean, there was that much ice on
That's
the road.
why you don't take the back roads.
So I didn't feel that. There was no option.
There's no options.
So the next time I went in the ditch,
Yeah.
it was like into a farm field and there was like a ramp entrance, like made out of dirt, covered. It was a field. Here's an incline. I was so close to home, like around the corner. And F me, I was not calling for help this time after what I went through last time. I put the truck in second gear and got out, let the clutch out, and got out and was pushing on the steering wheel with the door open.
Jesus.
Got it out.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Didn't have to call.
That's so great.
Me and my grandma, we were on our way back from a basketball game at Croslex when the weather was absolute ass. And you know what it's like out there. The ditches are fucking 20 foot deep.
Yep.
Well, grandma hit an icy patch. She was not a great driver. R.I.P. grandma, I love you, but you were a shit driver. And started fishtailing, fucking put us in the ditch. It was early in the season. Fucking water just pouring in the fucking car.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
no.
pouring in the fucking car. So
Nice
yeah,
and warm.
Yeah.
That's not terrifying.
Nope, not one bit.
That's brutal.
Totaled?
I don't remember. I was too young. I was probably in ninth grade, so I didn't like that shit didn't register what happened.
Just remember the core memory of water pouring in the car.
Yeah. Wasn't great. Wasn't
sure.
great. That was not a lot of fun. But yeah, ditches, be bitches.
Ditches, be bitches. Yeah.
All right, Mikey B, what you got, bro?
All right. 2 truths and a lie. So I've driven from Pennsylvania to Tennessee with a bong that we named the Smoky Mountain Highway due to where we were going.
Please be true.
That's 1.
Please be true.
2 is I have jumped off a 40-foot cliff in Knoxville, Tennessee, into the water.
Okay. What age were you? 19?
Adultish.
Adultish. Okay.
Yeah, adultish. And number 3, I've been sledding shirtless down a mountain in West Virginia.
God damn it. Based on your conversations or discussions we've had about your time in college, all 3 of those are viable. All 3 of those are fucking viable.
It's very possible.
I'm actually going to go with number 2 being the lie because it lacked any level of specificity. And I think that was by design. X, what do you think?
And you sandwiched it right there in the middle, like
I think number 2 is a lie.
Like I did.
I do like sandwiches.
Okay. So,
what do you think? You think the same thing?
Yeah.
Number 3 is the lie.
damn it. The Smoky Mountain Highway, that's pretty dope.
So we went to a man, I forget where the fuck.
Man,
we
but
were
it
at.
snows in West Virginia. They get snow in the mountains. Damn it.
I know.
That's bullshit.
So there was 4 of us. It was me and a guy that I went to college with from Michigan, and then 2 guys that we met.
What?
Sorry, Your Honor. I didn't know you were going to hit the gavel on the fucking desk, dick.
It never even will show up.
Now it
Well,
will.
it rattles me out of my cage. I can't not address it. I am incapable. I'm physically incapable of not addressing it when you do shit like that. Don't make me be your daddy again.
What? This is how his algorithm gets all messed up. We say crazy shit like this.
Anyway, where were we? I don't know the fuck were you talking about?
Oh, the Smoky Mountain Highway. So we were at this head shop in Pennsylvania, we were going to Tennessee randomly because that's where one of the guys was from, and we had a long weekend from Memorial Weekend or Labor Day, one of the two.
What year was this?
2006, 7.
So well before any sort of
Legal shit.
Yeah. Yep. This was just like a random head shop in Pennsylvania. Somewhere,
just in
somewhere
general.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like everything was tobacco use only.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course.
mean? So
and
Yeah.
legalized was still a annoying person's pipe dream at every event you
the
ever
cool
went
thing about
to.
being at college in Pennsylvania is everybody's from everywhere. So we used to buy weed from this guy named Mo, and he was in Maryland.
Yeah.
He had the best weed. And we were like, we never had weed like that in Michigan. We were like, this is fucking fantastic. So we bought some weed from him. We're at this head shop and we seen a 4-person hookah, and we're like, this would be perfect for our trip. Like, we could just put this thing in the center, and then all of us could just have a hose, you know, to ride in the trip.
Just getting ripped to the tits.
Yeah, so we were like, how much is it? We all 4 of us pooled some money together, throw that fucker in the truck, we threw all of our luggage in there, and we took off to Knoxville.
Nice.
Yep, we had the Smoky Mountain Highway all the way there, and then a Toyota 4Runner, just hotboxing that fucking thing.
Whose car was it?
My buddy Kenny's that lived there.
He didn't care that it smelled like weed.
No, none of us did. We didn't care at all. Probably fucking ate some Adderall and fucking took off for an 11-hour journey
my
to Tennessee. Just smoked weed though. We stayed up. We never even went to bed. And like we get there and we surprise his mom. Kenny's grandpa had just fucking killed a boar like that morning out on the farm. So he's cutting it up in the pole barn.
You guys say I'm farming goats.
So we're
what the
like,
fuck?
I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I'm like, did you just kill this? He's like, yeah, it's open season because they were fucking everything up. So they cut up a bunch of wild boar. Grandma goes in, makes a bunch of eggs and wild boar meat so that we can eat breakfast. We all pile on breakfast. We go buy some 30 packs of Natural Light and fucking head over to the pool. And dude, it was I got a whole story for that night we can go into later, but
It's awesome.
there was a whole Scotty doesn't know thing. And oh, it was great. It was,
Road trip.
yeah, it was excellent. It was so much fun.
That's
to be
amazing.
Yeah, to be 19 and
Yeah.
single and
Just to be 19.
not have a care in
Yeah.
the world, like first time on your own, you
Yep.
know, it was excellent.
That's how you learn about life, baby. That's how you learn about life.
100%.
All right. So that concludes today's game of 2 Truths and a Lie.
That was fun.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. I want to play a game where we do some word association, but I need to figure out how to shoehorn that into the conversation. Because sometimes that like real quick, snappy shit is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought this up in the group chat today. You want to know about my varied career path?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, because,
Oh,
Well-
now you've done it.
well, listen, because that post,
What does that mean?
seen the post about your 5-year anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Thank
And
you.
then I know you've had, you know, through our conversations, you've had a
Yeah.
few different endeavors that you've done. So I was just kind of wondering, like, what'd you do right before you got into real estate?
Whew. Well, let's just take it all the way back. I can blast through these and then you ask any question you want.
Okay.
Started off as a paper boy.
Really?
Yep. Started off as a paper boy. Did that for 5 years. Second, I could get a fucking real job. I went and worked at Meijer. I was a bagger. Then when they still had baggers,
Right.
then I was a cashier. Then I was a fucking team lead. And then I fucking quit.
Right.
When I quit, I went and worked. I was an assistant manager at a movie theater. Best job ever. If I could still do that and make a living, I would do that because it was so much fun. While I worked at the movie theater, because that was a second shift job, I worked a 40-hour job as a bank teller. So I was in banking, left both of those, went into construction. After I left construction, I went to the Milford Proving Grounds and I worked on airbag algorithms.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Testing and compliance. Worked with NHTSA a bunch. That was a super fun job as well. My entire job was slamming doors so they could build airbag algorithms. I've never been as calm as I was during that tenure there because all I did all day was slam doors as hard as I fucking could. Let's see. After that, I went from there and I went to a medical device manufacturer, worked as an engineering technician,
Mhm.
did compliance testing for ISO standards. After I was done with the engineering part, I went into sales at the medical device manufacturer,
Mm.
worked in that for a little bit. From there, I went to car sales. And then from car sales, I did independent entrepreneurial shit. Businesses I've owned: when I was 18, I had a medical billing company
Hmm.
that the wife and I used. We did billing for doctors. We did basically what Mike does with bad debt. So we would go into doctors. We'd say, listen, let us take over your bad debt clients. We'll make the calls. We'll do the billing. We'll resubmit to insurance. We get 30% of whatever we collect.
Sure.
Basically is what we did.
Yeah.
So I did that when I was 18 because I took a course at my community college. So we did that. Actually did pretty good with that business. So it worked out okay. We also started a financial business where we would do personalized budgeting for people. You could send us in
cool.
all your debts and incomes and all that shit. And we would fucking develop you a plan based on those goals.
No shit.
And then I went into brick and mortar. We bought the car wash. So I owned the car wash and then owned my bar and grill. And then I got into real estate and here we sit.
No shit.
Yes.
So when you first got into sales, like in the medical field, did you realize that that's when you wanted to do sales? Just maybe not that department?
So I really enjoyed that job. Had we not had kids, I would have probably kept doing it.
Really?
The money was halfway decent. There was a lot of upside and potential there with establishing long-term relationships, but I traveled 3 weeks out of the month.
Gotcha. Like countrywide.
I would leave Sunday night and I'd come back Friday morning or Friday afternoon.
Okay. So yeah, that'd be tough.
When it was
family.
just the wife and I, she didn't mind it. She was working a couple of jobs. You know, I was working that job, doing other things.
Right.
And it was worked out fine for us.
For sure.
But once we had my youngest son, I was like, I can't keep doing this.
Right.
Too much traveling.
Yeah, for sure.
But I love sales. I do love sales because it's all about establishing a personal connection.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know, what's the word? I guess the freelance department, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever that is, whether you're a coder or a web designer or a fucking writer,
right.
Whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
I guess it's always been big, but it's bigger now because a lot of people are hating the 9-to-5 grind, which I mean, I'm included in there.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we've talked about it before. It's just kind of finding out what can you provide people, you know, what can you provide that people will pay you for on a consistent basis, you know?
Yeah.
And
and I had to get into sales because I'm largely unemployable because I don't take direction very well. Like I'm not necessarily easy to manage because I want to do what I want to do on my own time and on my own dime. So like having my boss be like, you're 5 minutes late today.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't leave. No.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
But it all comes back to self-governance too. If I was a lazy piece of shit just sitting at home watching Netflix, jerking off 5 times, you know,
for sure,
then maybe I need to get a job to have that structure. But I'm disciplined enough to give myself that structure, so I will never is a strong word. The likelihood that I return to like some type of W-2 wage paying job is pretty fucking slim.
Right.
Pretty slim. I would need to have a substantial life change that would require that,
right?
Make that a necessity. Yep. So I've done just about everything.
Yeah.
I've just done just about everything. And there's a lot to be said about being a quote unquote entrepreneur. It's not easy. It's very isolating. But what I like about it, it's all on me. I have some successes. I have some failures. And I can tell you right now, I've learned far more from the failures than I ever did from the successes.
Yeah.
And I like putting myself out there, you know, and we bought the car wash. We were 25 years old.
Right.
And we bought that car wash for $560,000. So we had to have our fucking shit together. We had to have our ducks in a row and, you know, we had to work hard for that.
Right.
You know, and it was a ton of fun. I have so much respect for entrepreneurs because it's not easy.
Right.
There's nobody to like, here, do this.
Rely on,
like you're the guy.
Yeah.
You're the one that matters. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing right now. I don't see any need to change anytime soon. That much I can promise you.
Right.
Do some other things. Podcasting as an example.
Yeah. Well, I think the highlight for me of it is when I say freedom of time, don't take this the wrong way because I know you're really busy a lot, but it's you can decide where your time goes.
Yes, I get to prioritize what's important.
Yeah, if you have to take off, if you have something to do from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, You don't have anybody to answer to. You just you make that happen in your life. You know what I mean? You do the befores and the afters. But
A lot of that boils down to personal responsibility, though.
yeah,
Like, can you hold yourself accountable to get your shit done?
yeah, exactly.
Because I have a great boss, but he's not going to stand in my doorway and be like, "Hey, how many calls did you make today? You know,
For sure.
did you send out your weekly newsletter? Did you do this? Did you do that?" It's valid.
Yeah.
All of that is valid,
Right.
right? So that personal responsibility aspect, like I have the ability to take the kids to school in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's my responsibility to pick them all up in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Get them to the sports, do the different things.
Right.
You know, go to the days at school where I get to go hang out in the classroom or read a fucking story or whatever.
So you manage your own day around those events. Okay, I
Yes.
got to do this. I got to do this. So
Right.
this is what I'm going to do for my day.
Right.
Which is, I mean, pretty much exactly what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just, sometimes things come at you, sometimes things go
Yeah.
away. You just
Yeah, exactly.
kind of manage your
Yep.
day.
I just like to be autonomous.
Yeah.
The autonomy for me is the appealing part. Like, I don't mind doing the uncomfortable aspects of my job,
Mhm.
of my career choice, because I have a lot of gratitude for the freedom that it affords me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I like sales. And
That's the balance.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Of anything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Where the position that I'm in is better for time consumption than it was being an hourly worker.
Sure.
Because I do have the freedom. If I have to come in a little bit late, I can just let them know, and I can do the things I need to do the day before to make that happen.
Right.
I'm the only one that's going to do them. Nobody else is going to pick up for me.
Right.
I just kind of make that happen, and nobody says anything because I do my job.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what you're getting at.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
I do exactly what I'm supposed to do. So, but I do wish, I don't even know how to put this. I do wish I could, man, I don't even know how to put this. So like if you can take on more work
Sure.
if you want more work.
Right.
If you want less work, you can take on less work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can kind of,
Right.
and you can judge that. Being a salary position is tough. There are like some benefits to it, you know, working for an employer, 401k matches.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Yeah. And
no
and
health insurance.
benefits.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So there are some pros to it. It's not like I'm dogging the whole thing, but I don't know. It's just the idea of doing that 9 to 5 grind and then doing that for so long
Right.
for somebody else. It's not all for somebody else. There is a financial gain for myself too,
Of
but
course.
I don't know. It's like
It's a symbiotic relationship.
yeah,
It's mutually
yeah,
beneficial.
yeah, 100%. I don't know. I don't even know if that makes any sense. It's just like 37-year-old brain just kind of like pondering what you're going to do with your life. Like,
Sure.
is this what I want to do, or can I do something
Well,
else?
and don't get me wrong, you know, it's not all pie in the sky. There's there's
for
plenty
sure.
of droughts in the business where like, oh, things have been slower. I'm waiting on deals to close or whatever else.
Yep.
You know, so we're fortunate that Jessica makes fairly good money doing what she's been doing. You know, she's got 20 plus years in banking, you know, so she's put herself in a good position as well. That allows me to kind of flit and flutter about, you know, on my own little fucking schedule. But
absolutely,
you know, there's a very masculine aspect of wanting to provide for the family as well. Just because she's making the money to pay the bills on a consistent basis doesn't mean that I'm just going to sit here and fucking eat bonbons and not fucking do anything. Oh, I'm the fucking stay-at-home dad. You know, that doesn't sit well with me. I mean, kudos to those of you that it does. No judgment there.
Right.
But for me personally, I want to be able to provide and give those better aspects to being able to build our financial future and whatever else.
And you know, you'd just be fucking doing trim or something all day anyway. And this is way better than that. So
she asked me about that this weekend, by the way.
Did she?
She's like, will this get done like this year? I'm like, God damn it.
Well, you got 360 some days, you know, so
shut the fuck up. Okay.
A little bit at a time.
So yes, I've done a lot of shit in my life.
Yeah.
I've done a tremendous amount of shit, but I like to be exposed to a lot.
But I mean, it seems like all of those experiences, like even starting at a paperboy, kind of like they all gravitated towards where you're at now. So it's kind of cool that you figured out what you want to do. Well, not everybody buys a business at 26 or whatever it was that you
Yeah,
said.
25.
So 25. Yeah,
Yep,
not everybody buys a business
2007.
at 25. So
Well, and the famous quote, I don't know who it's by, but it's like most men lead lives of quiet desperation,
yeah,
right? And
true.
I've talked to a lot of people because when people find out that you owned a business, they want to talk about their wanting to own a business. Oh, I was going to do this. And
Sure.
and again, I don't mean any ill will towards people, but like they're a bunch of entrepreneurs. They want to talk about it and they want to feel like that's something that they could do,
Mm-hmm.
but very few people have the balls to actually fucking pull the trigger.
Because it's a huge fucking commitment.
You put your cock on the block, man, and
That's so
it's
true.
sink or swim.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
yeah,
I like that. I feel as though I thrive under pressure. So like when the rubber hits the road and like you have to fucking get it done, like this is going to make my year. I got to make these sales, or I've got to do this, or I've got to do that, or I've got to figure out how to bring more people into the business, or I've got to sell, more subscriptions to my car wash system,
Right.
whatever that is.
Right.
Right. I always thrive there. I could always do it. And then Jessica would be like, well, why can't you just do this all the time? And then we don't have any issues. And I'm like, there's just something about like
that pressure,
that pressure, that stress, that
yeah.
it's there. I got to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to fail.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to give myself permission to just be like, well, that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They say in order to fail, you got to try.
Right.
Which, which is super true.
And none of it's easy.
Yeah.
None of it's easy. And I mean it when I say it's very isolating. It's very lonely,
Yeah. Well, because you probably have to give it everything you got
especially if you're doing like a startup.
Yeah.
You're doing something along those lines where it's never been done before. You want to try to innovate
Mm-hmm.
in a certain space. It's all about being able to convey the value of your product.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's the reason I like sales is it allows me to resonate with people. What I'm not resonating with is like X tonight. He looks so bored.
I'm listening.
But I like to connect with people. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons like I didn't like car sales. I did not like car sales. The money was okay.
Right.
And if you really wanted to grind it out and you wanted to spend 60 hours, at work trying to go after every person that walks on the lot, you could make 6 figures plus.
Right.
Being a miserable lying thief.
Well, okay.
I mean,
but
not all of them, just the ones that make good money.
Device is out of storage. Your video stopped recording. Oh, well, this episode's almost done. I'll have to figure out how to clear some shit up. So anyway, I didn't like car sales because I was always behind the 8 ball, right? People were always coming on the lot and like, fuck you. I'm good. I'm just looking. Well, I saw one card that I had interested in. If I need anything, I'll come find. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to establish a basis of trust. Like I'm looking out for your best interest. I want to be somebody you can rely on
Right.
forever.
But
like I want you to feel comfortable recommending me. I don't want you to feel like I'm just here for the quick buck and then I'm off into the sunset.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of how the stigma for a car salesman is.
Yeah.
Is high pressure.
Yeah.
It's like walking into fucking ABC warehouse. You know what I mean? They all just kind of like flock over
Right.
to you. Like, what do you need?
100%.
Just looking.
Right. Just leave me be. I was bored.
Yep.
My wife's over there. I'm just
window
walking
shopping.
around.
Yep.
100%. 100%. So, X, anything to contribute as we close out this episode?
Your comment about, or the juxtaposition between self-employment and working for someone. I was thinking about how, so when you work for someone, the value you bring to them should be more than what you're being paid, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the idea.
Sure. Right.
So your worth and your value is at least, and this, not to say that that's all it is, but like, is at least that, right? What you're bringing or the actual value is more than what you're being paid. So if you have something like sales where you don't need the infrastructure of whatever it is you're doing or building or making, you can shift that value to yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So otherwise, you're now being paid by the guy who's taken the risk and
Right.
laid it all out there, and you're not getting your value, but you're getting enough, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
You're getting a portion of your efforts, not 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is totally valid.
For
And
sure.
there's a lot of people in
It's a trade, though. Like,
Yeah.
either way you do it, it's a trade.
Mhm.
Well, and when you're working for somebody, you have that that confidence that you're going to work every day.
Right.
Well, it's a guarantee. Like,
Yeah,
there's an
it's like
established
You're hedging your bets.
contract of,
Yeah.
I'm going to get
Yep.
paid.
Right.
It might not be what I could make over here,
Mhm.
but I am making this
Right.
no matter what,
And
you
and
know. Which is a fair assumption.
I look on LinkedIn. I could go and I could find a fucking sales job. I could work as an account executive for a large SaaS company. I could make 140,000 base
Mm,
and then have spiffs and fucking commission structure up to another 150,000.
mm,
But I'm sitting on the phone 10 hours a day. You know, I have to be readily available at all these random times and customer calls and all this other bullshit. And it's like, yeah, if I really wanted to do that, I could also make that in real estate and then
Yeah.
still have my flexible schedule and still be able to do the things that I want to do. You know, so there's opportunities everywhere. You just have to find what fits within your ability to earn,
right.
you know?
That's it too. And I think that's like the hardest part is like looking outside the box, outside of those
Right.
social 9 to 5 norms.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you just start with a big pile of money,
Right.
and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
That's what I need
Yes.
that's what I need is a small loan of like $1 million.
Yeah. Just simple.
Just, yeah, flat, even
So
number.
simple.
Yeah, just 1 million. You
Just
know?
one.
Yeah, not
A,
mu-
s-
not
a single.
a single million.
Then
A
you
single
can,
one.
then you can
single
almost
million.
afford some of this vacant land this man's been
Yeah.
listing.
Yes, that's true.
Hey,
It's very true.
Speaking of vacant land, this is like way off topic, but I read this fucking cool thing. The owner, the CEO,
It wouldn't be the finish to an incredibly uncensored episode if we weren't off the rails at the end.
the CEO of Fortnite has bought 56,000 acres in North Carolina to preserve it as like a nature preserve and
No shit.
to preserve all these things because they're fucking up. I guess I don't know this, but according to this article, they're kind of destroying some of the natural landscape there, and they're
No
fucking up
shit.
the ecosystem a little bit. So he's bought 56,000 acres in North Carolina and has like,
Don't touch.
yeah, don't touch it. It's like a preserve. He's been like in contact with the local state. What the fuck is it? The nature preserve people.
Sure.
Whatever the
Everyone's
hell their
stuff
name
It's
is.
their version of the DNR.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's stuff this property. This is where we have our manhunts.
But I thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, it's cool to hear one of these fucking wealthy guys like
Yeah.
using their money for cool shit.
For cool shit.
Yeah.
Something that can live in perpetuity. They don't
Yeah.
make any more land. So protect it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a
That's-
bad thing.
Like that was awesome. So
Oh, that was
just,
super cool
yeah,
to hear.
just a little snippet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Hell no, me neither.
All right, boys. Well, we're only about 15 minutes over budget on this episode. So not bad.
Hey, we're getting better.
Not bad.
By the end, we're gonna be right on time.
Minute improvements.
Yeah.
Minute improvements. All right. Anything else before we finish this week's episode, boys? It's January. Weather sucks. It's cold as fuck.
I do want to show off my store exclusive Cass Ave Detroit all grit hoodie.
It's pretty badass.
It's so simple. There's no Lions logos or anything on it.
All
It's
grit,
just
baby.
all grit. That's all
grit.
it is. I
I
thought
love
that
it.
was so fucking cool.
Let's
So,
go. Detroit versus everybody. All right. Well, I am Johnny Be Good, joined by,
And I am Mikey B.
we're also joined by X, who won't say anything because we have concluded episode 43 of Incredibly Uncensored. We will see you next Wednesday. Don't forget to join our Discord where we can all make fun of X for his pregnant pauses. We love you all. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.